Real hot girl shit.
And if the beat live, you know Lil Juke made it.
Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big titties, lil waist. Body crazy, curvy, wavy, big titties, lil waist.
Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
Hi there, I am back again. This time with a retro reaction to the earliest TikToks I could find in the browser version of ThisMadMama, Alicia Dougherty's newest influencer bestie.
Do you or do you not feel bonita?
I feel bonita.
So obviously I had to make a video hating on her like a hateful hater McHaterson, and also because my voice still isn't back. I'm starting to worry that I'm just gonna forever have this husky, gruff, ruff, 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 ruff kind of voice. And maybe I should just start like a death metal band. You know, it could be a pretty cool midlife crisis, I think.
It's fucking
I mean, it can't be any fucking weirder than starting this YouTube channel. Anyway, ThisMadMama. Like a lot of folks, I had no fucking idea who she was. It was actually Melissa Forever who recommended that I take a look at her TikTok page. She also did a great introductory video, which I've linked down below. Now, I want everyone to know that I'm going into this blind, the same way I did at the beginning of my channel with Alicia Dougherty. Just let's find out. Let's see who this lady is. So let's get into it, shall we?
Goody good morning, you lovely ladies. This is your friendly chef bringing you your daily baking recipe. And this one takes the cake. Today we're baking a delicious, tasty gingerbread. Yes, we are.
Okay, so for the very first video that I could find on ThisMadMama's TikTok page, the browser version, was of her daughter. By the way, I keep saying the browser version because I know for a fact if I scroll to the very beginning on the TikTok app, it'll go further than the browser version. So the very first video is of ThisMadMama's daughter, one of her daughters, like a toddler, like probably 3 years old. Now I'm not gonna show it, but I need to say, oh, like just, it's so cute. Her voice, that little girl's voice is just, it's the voice of an angel, a cherub. It's just
all the time. The softest clouds and rainbow skies ain't gonna lie. We always have the most spectacular time together.
oh, it's so cute. That's all I had to say. That's all the hatred I had to give for this video. And listen, I really, really, really wanted to just even share the audio because it's so cute. Like, oh, it's so adorable. But I just know some dumb fuck is gonna say that I'm exploiting the children and I'm no better than DCP. Rah, 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 rah. So tough beans, nerds, you get nothing. How you like them apples? Yapples. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. Next video.
I'ma make you pump like that.
Okay, so our girl, ThisMadMama, is definitely a goth girly. And I'm not just saying this because of all the Nightmare Before Christmas references of like the Halloween masks and the Oogie Boogie sack hood. But as I was scrolling forever through her TikTok, because it took forever. Oh my God, this lady has a lot of TikToks. So many TikToks. She's a goth girly. She's a goth girly. And what I found really interesting about her, I mean, ignoring her actual story, because we'll touch base with it once we get there, but is that she's my age. We're like the same age. And 100% I'm telling you, we would have had the same friend group for sure. For sure. Would we have been friends in high school? No, probably not. But we definitely would have been in that same sort of cast off kind of loser table we're all like the like theater nerds and like the photography and art nerds and like all the weird poets and the moody emo and like goth and punk kids would sit. Yeah, like that was my table as a teenager. I was a loser. I still am, but like fucking own that shit. You gotta own it. So, but yeah, like we absolutely would have been in the same friend group. And what I realized scrolling for 1 million fucking years through her TikTok was that she reminds me of a friend I have in both a good and bad way. So we're going to see how much of like that vibe is true, because Alicia Dougherty kind of reminds me of myself, like that ADHD neurodivergent mom who doesn't know how to not bite off more than she can fucking chew. And by doing so, somehow ends up dropping the ball in other parts of her life. And then everything spirals out of control. You know, like that I find very fucking relatable. This Mad Mama makes me just think of a friend I have, or I had growing up. We still occasionally talk as grown-ups, but our lives, like our paths diverge just like radically. So that doesn't mean that I think that this Mad Mama like I have no opinions. I'm very neutral right now. It's just like that's like kind of like the vibe I'm getting, where I'm just like, oh, okay, I think I might know what to expect, but I could be wrong. Okay, so the next video was kind of like the story of us kind of thing that like Mommyvloggers do. So it was like her story, and it shows a lot of pictures of her children. So we're gonna fucking skip that. Hard pass. However, the key kind of takeaway here is that this Mad Mama, basically she's a teen mom. She became a mom at 14, according to this video, and had some struggles. And now she has, at least at the time of this TikTok, the beginning of her TikTok, I should say, which was 2020, she had like 11 kids, which like just my vagina was just like, why would you do that? So that's actually what my vagina sounds like, by the way. Like that's the voice of my vagina, just like, why do you do this? Yeah, every time. Every single fucking time. There's only been one time. I only have one child, but even now it's just like, so yeah. And to think you can actually do these kinds of videos without attacking someone's like looks and stuff. I don't really know how I could be a more incredible hater ass bitch at this point than talking about my vagina's goblin voice.
Welcome to my house. Play that music too loud. Show me what you do now. We don't have to go wild. Welcome to my...
Okay, so first of all, where do you get a 9-bedroom house for $20,000 fucking dollars in this economy? Like, you know, I mean, this was 2020, I'm assuming, or before 2020. Canadian housing prices, the housing bubble that the US experienced, it never burst here. Like, we are still like on a steep like incline for prices. You can't even get a house for $200,000 in this fucking country. Like, and a 9-bedroom house? Babes, besties, honeys, no, that is like $2 million minimum. My 3-bedroom house, it's all it's got. It's 3 bedrooms, and it only has 2 bathrooms, but only one of them's a full fucking bathroom. My last house had 2 full fucking bathrooms in it. This house has a laundry room with a toilet in it, and then a full like bathroom. It was a lot more than $200,000. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not flexing. I'm complaining. I'm fucking complaining because I'm jealous. I'm a little bit jealous. I would love a like beautiful like Georgian fucking home for $20,000. I'm just saying.
Kidnap the Sandy Claus, lock him up real tight, throw away the key and then turn off all the lights.
Another post about the Nightmare Before Christmas masks, which they're good, they're fine, they're not bad, you know, like they're they're pretty good. Like homemade mask wise, not bad at all, you know? And what we're going to see as we go through her TikToks over time is that our girl, ThisMadMama, is an aspiring artist. She's not bad. She's not good though. And I'm not saying this to be a hater ass fucking bitch. I'm saying this as someone who works with a team of artists in my day job. Like I have a little art team, and you start to know what to look for in artists, and our girl is very much self-taught, and I respect that. I mean, I think it's a shame that she wasn't able to pursue any kind of like art education-wise, because I'm assuming she wasn't able to. Like, I'm guessing she wasn't able to pursue this, so it's still a passion for her, but it's unfortunately a kind of a missed opportunity as well, because she hasn't clearly been able to really refine that skill set. So I'm actually curious to see from 2020 to now how her art will improve, because right now it's there's room for improvement.
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go out. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud. Show me what.
Okay, so more about her super cheap foreclosure style kind of like whatever house, which legitimate. I actually know some people, like, this was pre-pandemic, so, you know, before things were even more insane, and they did this. They bought a foreclosured property and they got it really inexpensive. Also, it was very far away from any city, so that kind of helped. And like they got it like a really good deal. So like there are opportunities for sure. However, this house looks rough. It looks rough. It's rough. It's a little rough. It's reminding me of my dad a little bit, because my dad was also this mindset. Just buy a cheap house that needs a lot of like renovations and then renovate it yourself and save money, which is great in theory, but you need money to renovate a house. And during the pandemic, at least here in fucking Canada, all like building materials got really, really expensive, and some of it got really scarce. So you can't fucking renovate a house if you don't have any materials, or you can't afford the materials. It's a great idea though, and in the case of my dad, like when I was a kid, I grew up in an Edwardian farmhouse that still to this day, 35 years later since we moved into it, because I was like a toddler when we moved in, it's still not finished. It still has exposed lath and plaster and some of the original wiring that was installed in like the 50s, and she's rough. She's a complete gut or tear down at this point. Like, he was never able to finish it, and it's a whole damn mess. So I'm just saying, I hear the message she's sending, but I think it needs a big caveat of you need money. You really need money. Cause like, just let's look at these clips. Cause she does several posts like this. And I get what she's selling. I get the message she's trying to give. I don't know if I want to buy it. You know?
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go.
Oof. Okay, so immediately this room, the thing that stands out the most to me, like the exposed plaster and like the peeling like wallpaper and the haunted house vibes, like love it a lot. But for me, it's the water stains on the ceiling that give me a little bit of, ooh, why hasn't that been fixed? What caused that? What's going up there? Like, not a good sign. That could be black mold growing up there. That could be signs of a plumbing issue or a roof issue. Did she have an inspector? Like just questions. And mainly, why are you leaving that there? Because that could be black mold, and that's bad for your health. That is super, 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 super bad, especially if you have a bunch of kids in that house. The first fucking thing that should have been done was inspection, identify all water damage, and get that shit sorted before you bring 11 children in there, because This is something my inspectors have always said to me, which is you just don't know what's behind the walls. You have no idea what horrors lurk behind the walls of buildings, like what decisions, terrible decisions were made over the history of a property. So if you're seeing shit like that, guys, listen, please, this is a cursed eye service update. Get that shit fixed. Get it checked and fixed. You do not want to fuck with black mold. You don't.
Shawty gon' get that paper. Shawty tongue rip like razor. Shawty got wit, got flavor. Part of my tits and makeup. Pay her. Do it and hit that layup. Shawty ain't with them games, yo. Shawty gon' get that paper. Pay her. I've been trying not to go off the deep end. I don't think you wanna give me a reason.
So I decided to leave this one in because it's a little bit more about her story. And so I've just kind of like tried my best to obscure the children, like the 2 or 3 pictures that have kids in it, just so that we can kind of talk a little bit about this Mad Mama because she's sharing her story. And I think it's important that stories like this be shared of, not atypical, but like less conventionally acceptable stories are being shared on social media, because I think that that's important for people who have similar stories to connect with. Like she's a teen mom who ended up in a kinship placement with her aunt and who had a lot of issues with her mental health. It sounds like she says she was disturbed, whatever that means. We're not going to pry yet because maybe she'll tell us. And then, she tried to get her shit together and she was struggling. And then her kids somehow saved her. I'm guessing maybe she had a realization that she needs to get her shit together. I don't know. I don't know what that means. It sounds good though. It sounds inspiring. Is it inspiring? I don't know. The song choice is interesting to me as well because part of me is bopping to it. Yeah. This is a good song. And then the other part of me is catching the lyrics and I'm that's a choice.
Shawty gon' get that paper. Shawty tongue rip like razor. Shawty got wit, got flavor. Part of my tits and makeup. Pay her. Do it and hit that layup. Shawty ain't with them games, yo. Shawty gon' get that paper. Pay her.
It's a choice. It's a bit of a choice. Maybe not the one I would have made. But I don't know what the headspace of this Mad Mama is. But, yeah, not sure. I'm not sure how I feel about it. I don't know if this was a trending song and that just, it was for some reason a trend where you use this song to talk about your life. I still think, even if it's a trend though, we should put our critical thinking hats on. Mine is a toque, obviously. And just kind of think about it a little bit. How is this, but maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just the content strategizing professional person who's good at organizing ideas. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
It's all a game, avoiding failure when true colors will bleed.
Again, we got some more of her art. It's mediocre, it's fine, it's very entry level, beginner artist level, definitely potential. There's potential there. She's showing understanding of shading and there is a foundation there that could be very easily, with a lot of time and practice and energy and effort, could really be cultivated into something for sure. And so 2020, this Mad Mama, she ain't there yet for sure. But that also, the clown picture is a hard no, and yet also I kind of want it. It reminds me of the sad clown painting in The Sims 1, which when you get depressed, a actual clown would show up and just cry around your sim, making them even more miserable. Sims 1 was wild. Kind of into it for that, but mostly though, it feels like a cursed object to me. And not cursed eye, that's so good for my brain. No, I mean a cursed item that should be locked in a glass case like Annabelle. That's what it's giving. It's giving I'm going to trap a demon's soul in this painting for the next 100 years. That's what it's giving. It is giving the eyes follow you when you walk by it. And sometimes it smiles at you through the corner of your eye. And it's always a menacing smile. It's giving a John Wayne Gacy murder clown vibe, you know? But not quite Pennywise. Not like completely like, ooh, creepy, just innate, like danger. Like it's more of like I don't trust the painting. That painting has negative energy and I do not claim that energy. And oddly, I kind of want it because it invokes those emotions. Because I think it'd be a really good conversation starter, but also I don't want it in my house. I feel like it's like that bed that Homer makes for Bart in like season 1, the clown bed.
You should die before you wake.
Congrats to her for making a piece of art that I hate so much that I'm entranced by it. I loathe it. I'm creeped out by it so much that I want it. That's what I'm saying. There's potential. She's got fucking potential. She's got to be careful how she wields her fucking Lovecraftian painting skills. I'm just saying.
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud.
This is giving schoolroom in Fallout. You know what I mean? Like this is giving post-apocalyptic, trying to have like the trappings of the original, like the before times, like pre-fall of civilization society. And it's just decrepit. And it's just like literally like this is like a settlement. You know what I mean? Like this is something you would walk into a Fallout settlement and this would be like the schoolroom inside like the decrepit ruins of like a fucking museum or some manor house that had the ghouls like shotgun blasted out of it a while back. And now it's just like the crumbling trappings of like wealth superimposed onto the chaos of the apocalypse and struggle. Like it's a depressing schoolroom. Like that is it's not great. It's not great. And I definitely need some paint. Definitely we need some bright, engaging colors. We need some joy in there. We need some cheer, some hope. We need some positive vibes, maybe some crystals maybe to just absorb all of the omnipresent negativity radiating off of those walls maybe, because there's just a je ne sais quoi of like oppressive hopelessness that room gives. That I mean it's a really great encapsulation of the American education system as a whole, I think, but like maybe some more like cute kittens or something. Like it just something some plants. Maybe plants would be good. That's good for mental health. That's not mental health, that's mental health crisis, that room.
Welcome to my house, baby, take control now. We can't even slow down. We don't have to go a while. Welcome to my house, play that music too loud.
So on the previous video, someone had left a comment saying, your house looks haunted. So this is her addressing it. And she does a series of videos about, see, it's not haunted. It's not haunted. See, it just looks haunted because it's falling down ruin. But it's not haunted. Guys, look, I'm showing you. And she's showing all the rooms. And it's like, well, obviously the ghosts aren't going to show up just because you're filming. That's not how hauntings work. Have you not watched Ghost Adventures? You need to get Zach Baggins in that house fucking ASAP so that he can yell in bro language about how he's gonna punch out the ghosts right out of those sad, creepy, miserable walls. That's how you'll know if you have a haunting or not. You need to get some fucking EVPs. You need some cameras set up. You need like complete like investigation, like motion sensors. You need a spirit box. You need some weird like fucking Tesla frigging lightning machine capturing disembodied voices that talk to you through like a glass tube / gramophone. Like, where's the steampunk technology that lets us know that there's ghosts in your house? That's missing, ma'am. You can't just film it with your fucking phone and be like, look, see, it's not haunted. Your house looks haunted, ma'am. It looks like at any fucking minute, just a demon's gonna walk by on his way out of the fucking bathroom with like a bath towel, like a shower cap on, and a bath towel just slung over his shoulder, and he's just gonna like nod at you like, hey, what's up? And then go to the fucking bedroom to like finish freshening up. Like, your house looks like it belongs in The Conjuring. Like, I honestly want your house. Just cause like it gives haunted vibes, and I love haunted vibes. I love me a creepy house. Like, I love it. But like, also, ma'am, that's not how ghosts work. But like, yeah, so she keeps pushing this idea of like, just, you can get a giant house for like no money at all. Like, follow me for more tips. But again, like, every room she shows, and like technically she's showing her kids' bedrooms, and that's like a big no-no. But it's the state of the rooms that I think are worth talking about, as well as me ranting about how this house absolutely looks haunted and I want it. I mean, look at this room. Like, it looks like you're gonna wake up and there's gonna be a fucking Slender Man just towering over you, or that fucking person-size monkey plushie is just gonna like stand up with its head flopping backwards, and it's just gonna like roll like all like limp nakedly, and his head's just like hanging to the side of like its shoulder, and it's just gonna stare at you with its dead fucking plastic eyes, and it's just gonna tower over you and then like smother you to death. Like, that's what that room is giving. It is giving horror movie. Also, that monkey plushie's gotta go, ma'am. Like, what? I'm scared sitting here in my basement, although it's a fully lit, finished basement, but I'm sitting in my basement recording this, kind of like Josh, and I'm scared. I'm scared of it. I hate it. We hates is it. I don't want to like end up like fucking pinned to the ceiling, you know? Neck spinning on like 360, spewing fucking pea soup the color of the paint on the fucking bed frame because the monkey fucking plushie is possessed. And then she turns the camera to the other side of the room, and it's just more black mold, just more concern. So much concern, just a whole lot of concern, and a toddler's bed. No big deal. It's fine. It's all good. It's just mold and a toddler bed. Don't even think about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. They always had that cough. They always sounded like, you know, sad Victorian orphan children with the consumption. So 100%, this is the room that is haunted by the ship captain. The ship's captain, like the had been like the patriarch of the house, but had been lost at sea, and his widow would every night like light a candle and like put it in the window so that his ship could find its way home. Even though they're landlocked, she still did it, hoping that maybe the ghost ship would just like sail across like the fields of like fucking Nebraska or wherever they. I don't know where they are. Like I said, I came in this fucking blind. I have no idea where these people live. I guess New York, considering like they did shit with Alicia. So maybe like it's the Great Lakes, yeah. So like Lake Ontario, like the pirates of Lake Ontario, like the lost sailors of Lake Ontario. And they're just like waiting for her, like the long lost. And so the ship captain came home, right? And like, so now you just hear like the ghostly like. That does not sound like footsteps at all, does it? At any rate, so you hear just like the heavy footfalls of like a fucking like captain, just like, and but like no one ever shows up. And so like if you sleep in this room and you lay in that bed, you'll hear footsteps enter and walk across the room, but there'll be no one there. And then like maybe even sometimes you'll feel the weight of a man just like sit down next to you, and you'll feel like the mattress like sink in a little bit. And if you stay super, super still, nothing will happen. However, if you open your eyes, or like you even flinch, like just full on like right over top of you, and then you faint. It's definitely not the black mold causing hallucinations. This house is legitimately fucking haunted. Also, side note, something I noticed about all the rooms that they've quote, and I'm doing, because you can't see me, right, obviously, because that's on purpose. I'm doing like finger, like air quotes, renovations. Just imagine me doing like Austin Powell, or no, Dr. Evil, like air quotes. Their renovations, their carpet job is terrible. And it's just, yeah, not a great carpeting job, in my opinion. But I mean, this is definitely giving renovations on a shoestring budget, so respect, I guess. Ma'am, you're filming in the middle of the fucking day, in broad daylight, and you're like, see, it's not haunted. You don't know that. You don't know that. Also, how the fuck do you move those giant, heavy fucking couches around to clean under them? I could not. Listen, I used to have a giant L-shaped sofa from IKEA, and this thing weighed like 500 pounds, and it was in 3 pieces. It was a sectional, and you had to unhook the pieces in order to move this motherfucking couch in order to clean under it. And this was fine before I became a mom, because I bought it years and years and years and years ago, and it fit perfectly in the apartment we used to live in. And then when we bought our first house, it barely fit into our tiny fucking living room, and like ate up the whole room. And it was, and because of that, like the sides of the couch kissed the walls. And I fucking hated this couch after that point, because like once we had a kid, like it's just Cheerios everywhere. It's still Cheerios everywhere, like that in Lego. And then of course I have a cat. I have a long-haired cat, so then it became even harder to clean under it, and all the crumbs and like the crushed cereal and crackers, and it got so hard to clean under because it was such a pain in the fucking ass to move, that when we sold our house, even before we sold our house, when we staged the house, fucking put that motherfucker on the curb. I was like, I'm done with it. Also, it was like broken in one part, and it nearly killed us to get it out of our house because it was so awkward and heavy and unwieldy. But we got rid of it. And then we bought new sofas that are really nice, and I can move them by myself. I don't need help anymore to clean under them. And it changed my life. And this is just me saying, don't buy heavy furniture. Just don't. Because those couches look fucking heavy. So heavy. And annoying to clean under. And to clean that like upholstery, like they look like kind of like a suede, or like, fuck that noise. Love yourself. Ain't nobody got time to be moving heavy fucking couches. Like, even the ghosts can't move those fucking couches. Like, those couches aren't gonna budge. They're not gonna just suddenly, like, across the room. How are you gonna know your house is haunted if even the ghosts can't move your fucking couch? I'm just saying. I feel like you can tell a lot about a person by whether they have displayed somewhere in their home or on their vehicle or tattooed on their body or on their clothing the Monster Energy drink symbol. I feel like that is right there. Like, that is like the equivalent of like a Gucci symbol or like a fucking Chanel symbol, but for rednecks. And listen, I love me rednecks, okay? I grew up with rednecks.
Just over it, fuck yeah. Just over it, fucking right. Just over it, fuck yeah. Just over it, fucking right.
But like, it's a choice for decoration. I'm just saying, like, Just it's odd. It's a choice. But yeah, this room's in the basement. I don't know if the captain's quarters is in the basement as well, but this is absolutely in the basement. And like one of like the ceiling tiles completely missing. Just a gaping empty rectangle up into the void. Who knows what like creepy shadow thing made of just arms and legs will just like contort its way down and stare at you with its giant lamp-like fucking eyes and just blink at you while you try to pretend it's not there. It's really not great. Those tiles aren't that expensive. Just like, come on, like that's an easy fix. Like that's a like month 1 home repair. You know what I mean? That's a just go down to Home Depot, just go down to fucking Rona and just get like some like a pack of like drop ceiling tiles, you know? Like, why wasn't that replaced? What's up there? And do we need to send in an exploration team? Like, should we call the FBI? Like, does the government need to know about this fucking gateway portal to a plane of misery and horror? I'm actively wondering. And again, I get the messages, save your money, buy a cheap home, get eaten by demons, get sucked into another like dimension, become a Cronenberg monster. It'll be fun. You know, have a Lovecraftian adventure where you lose your sanity as you stare into the void of the unfathomable being. But like, I'd rather spend the money for the peace of mind of knowing that whatever ghosts are in this house are chill.
I have 11. I have my oldest.
Okay, so obviously muted all the kids' names. Also, wondering if like this whole like besties team up that ThisMadMama recently did with Alicia Dougherty is because both of them have a kid with the same name. And it's an unusual name. Just wondering, because I'd like twinning, like twinsies kind of like thing. I feel like Alicia would be really into. What I do notice about ThisMadMama, and I think it's partially a millennial thing, because in general, all the millennial women that I know that are in their 30s, none of us look like we're in our fucking 30s. Well, I mean, I do, because I'm going gray, as like I got like shocks of Frankenstein fucking white, like Bride of Frankenstein, like yeah, like just kapah! But in general, we tend to look a lot younger. Unless, of course, you're being soul crushed by the weight of late stage capitalism and you just have like dark bags under your eyes all the time like I do. But yeah, so she's got a girlishness to her. Like, and I don't know if it's just the way that she dresses herself and like the way she appears in this little clip. Because I can't see what she's wearing. But like the way she does her makeup, the fact that she's wearing a 90s choker. Those were back in vogue in 2020. The fact that her glasses are kind of a little bit dated in style, or the fact that she's wearing a dark lip and she's doing black eyeliner and eyeshadow, and she's got a very youthful look to the way she does her makeup. Like she almost looks like a high school girl. Like she looks like she hasn't changed her makeup style since high school. The way she does her black eyeshadow is exactly what my eyeshadow looked like. Very emo 2007. It's perfection. I love it. But anyways, I digress. Okay, so this clip it's giving Alicia, right? Like we see this clip and we're like, you could switch like the people out and this is Alicia Dougherty's shopping cart, you know what I mean? And I've been wondering about this about Alicia the more I think about her, because growing up lower middle class, working class, junk food, like name brand junky food especially, those were like treats. Like those were rare occurrences, and being able to have that kind of stuff was like rationed or not an all the time thing. And so they kind of got like coveted because they were uncommon in our household. And so something I've noticed with Alicia, and it seems like with ThisMadMama, is that these things are equated with happy moments in their childhood, I think. I'm just guessing. But it seems like that. So like giving that to your children is a sign that like you're cool, you're the good mom, you're like making them happy, quotation fingers again, Dr. Evil quotation fingers, because it would have made you happy as a child. And I find that interesting. Also because for me, who has an eating disorder, food became a way for me to self-soothe and self-regulate, specifically self-regulate my emotions. It became a tool for me to regulate or to have control, depending on whether I was in a binge or I was in a restrict cycle, because I both starved myself and overeat. It just depends on where I am in my mental health. Wee! So yeah, therapy, y'all, it's so good. Recommend. But yeah, so I'm really curious because for me, that kind of stuff was also like important to me as a child as well, because it was one of the easy ways for me to get stimulation and dopamine. So these are just unscripted thoughts. I decided to just record a reaction without scripting for once, just to see what would happen. So enjoy Unfiltered Cursed Eye.
Run.
Okay, so this one, I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts on it because it begins with her filming her child just sleeping on a carpeted floor. And it's like, gross. I don't love that. And then like thinking like, could you not afford this child a bed? And then she shows the bunk bed. I'm like, is he just afraid of heights? And you've made this poor child sleep in a bunk bed when he can't deal with heights? Like, why? And then the other part of me is thinking, like, why isn't the mattress on the floor for him then? If he doesn't like to sleep up in the bunk bed, why don't you put the mattress on the floor for him so at least he could be comfortable? That's where my mind is going as the camera pans to the fucking murder hole in the ceiling, to the attic, the spooky ghost attic. And then my brain's like, well, why didn't you board that up then? Like, do you really need to go into the attic right now? Board that shit up. If he's afraid, board it up. Like, fucking install some locks, draw a pentagram on it, like seal it with wax, bring in a priest, wave around some fucking smoke cleanse the room. Did you cleanse this house? There's a new question. Did this house get like cleansed, purified, blessed? Like, get a priest, ma'am. Call a priest. Don't film your kid laying on the floor sleeping because he's afraid to sleep in the bunk bed that's super close to the scary murder attic. Oh, this is just quirky, LOL. No, murder attic. That's a legitimate fear. I would be fucking terrified if I was that child. Get rid of the bunk bed. Problem solve this a little bit. Ma'am who bought her house for $20,000 and is super proud of it. You should have enough money left over to fix the murder attic. Fix the murder attic. Also, red is such an aggressive color for a child's bedroom or a bedroom in general. No good. No bueno. It is not bonita.
Do or do you not feel bonita?
I do feel bonita. Thank you.
I'm the hottest, you ain't never gotta heat me up. I'm present when I'm absent, speaking when I'm not there. Call them bitches scary cats, I call them Carol Baskins. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body yaddy 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 yaddy. Body crazy curvy. Another art post. Side note, so I totally forgot how good the body yaddy 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 viral TikTok song was. So I think that's my intro song for this video. Enjoy. If you're wondering like why that song, well now you know it's because of this. More Tim Burton fan art. I mean, you know, cool. That's great. You know, like Beetlejuice. It's fine. It's fine. I really hope her art improves over the next like 3 years of TikToks, because it would be a shame if it just like progressively got worse. Like that would be so heartbreaking. It's like, oh no, what happened? More insistence that the house is not haunted. Part of me wants to believe that this is like her
trying to push the algorithm for views. Like, it's not haunted. I promise you guys, it's totally not haunted. Why not fucking lean into that shit though? Like, get one of your kids to like put a fucking sheet on and like have them just like kind of, or like do weird like Halloween makeup where the eyes are like super like black gone to make them look like a spooky eyeless child. And then just have them kind of like lean around the corner of something just ever so slightly, whatever the camera like, you know, like glazes by, like just drifts by, and then have it like dart, like the kid dart quickly back behind like the fucking dresser. That would have been really good. That would have been really fun. Do we do this? No. Instead, we're just like, LOL, it's not haunted. Here's another room so I can show you my mediocre renovations. I'm just saying it could have been so much more fun. If you're gonna do it, dude, don't do it half-assed. Lead into the haunting. Also, like, get your house like ghost investigated. Like, that's content. I would watch that. What the fuck's going on? You pulled some glass out of your face. That's what's going on. How did it get there? I don't know, ma'am. Like, it's a good question. What were you doing? Where were you? I have so many thoughts on this little clip. The first is that the way like she tilts her head and like poses her head is very much giving MySpace. And also the little like smirk she does at the end that just makes me want to, ooh. This is how I know we wouldn't have been friends if we were in the same like loser cafeteria table friend group. It's that smile. There's something about that smile that just, nope, I don't like it. It sets me into red flag, I do not trust you mode. Like, that's what that little, and maybe she isn't, I don't know. But like that little smirk is just like oh, I don't trust you. I don't like it. There's something about it I don't like. Yes. The answer is yes. You should be concerned. If your child's having nightmares with creepy, smiling, horrific faces staring at them, you should maybe investigate that. Either you're letting them watch content that they shouldn't, because that's a very looks like it's inspired by Tim Burton. Definitely Nightmare Before Christmas looking kind of horror face. And the very first clip of this video, where I don't show it or play the audio, she's asking to watch The Nightmare Before Christmas, a 3-year-old. So gee, connect the fucking dots. I wonder why the horror face is there. And also because mom likes macabre Tim Burton shit. I don't know. It just seems like the kid is like picking up on that, is being exposed to it. And you know, at the same time, this could be a sign of like trauma. Maybe something bad's happening somewhere, for them to be drawing scary things that are making them feel upset in their nightmares. It could be that. It could be that. Or maybe it's because you're doing something not cool. I don't know. But putting it on the internet's a little bit weird. No, it's not. But like, I don't know. Or it could just be a demon. I don't know. Are you playing around with a fucking Ouija board? Because like, we all know you never got that house cleansed. There's no way you're safely operating in a Ouija board. I'm just saying, you are not qualified to be operating occult tools, clearly.
I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 M's in my bank account. Yeah, in my bank account. Yeah, in my bank account. Yeah.
And then we get to this TikTok. And the description is damn, I'm glad I have 11 kids. # stimulus check. And that's just not loving it, because it's flexing. It's flexing. $600 per child. I don't understand the context for this. I'm guessing some sort of pandemic relief, maybe. I don't know. But the flexing, because she has 11 kids, so she's getting, I'm just going to get my calculator. because I can't do math because I have dyscalculia. Wait, 11 is so $6,600. 100 times 11. Shut up. I know I'm stupid. Yeah, $6,600. Get off my back. I got many talents. Math ain't one of them. I'm not that kind of autistic. I'm the barefoot kind who's good with animals and plants. Anyway, yeah, so it's a weird flex because that's what it is. It's a flex. And it's really giving me, again, this is what's reminding me of my childhood friend. Because grew up small town Ontario, grew up low income, grew up kind of like a cross between Trailer Park Boys and Letterkenny Problems. So I grew up in a kind of community where there were a lot of financial struggles. And my childhood friend's cousin was a welfare mama where she just had tons of kids to collect government checks. And that's, I hate saying that. I hate like phrasing it that way because it sounds like I'm mom shaming. I'm not, because literally she said, why don't you just get pregnant so you don't have to work? You can just get a welfare check. Like they literally said that to me and I was like, because I don't want to. And then I moved away and didn't do that. So this is what that's reminding me of a little bit. Like it takes me back to that point in my life where I'm like, don't love it. Now, is that what's happening? I don't know. Not loving it. So, and apparently this becomes more of a thing. Melissa Forever played a clip where ThisMadMama is checking her stimulus bank account. She's got $7,000 in there, but her like actual bank account's empty.
At the same time, she flexes the amount of food SNAP benefits they receive from the state.
Your cash balance is $0. Your SNAP balance is $7,692.06.
And again, it feels like a flex. And it really, really makes me think of my childhood friends, like cousin, who just, yeah, it's just, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, those are all the clips I grabbed for this batch. I just let the screen recorder grow and I just cycled through all of her TikToks just to kind of get a sense of who she is. And I don't really think I have it yet. Yeah, we're going to be doing more of these for sure. We're going to be doing more of these. I do have the subreddit for ThisMadMama saved. However, I have not dipped a toe in there. Same with Alicia Dougherty. When I first started reacting, I did not go to the Reddit. I decided I just want to make my own opinions based on just what I'm seeing and the vibe I'm getting. The hateful vibe, the petty aura that like surges through me as I power up and spew my evil vitriol of hatred. Yeah. So we'll see moving forward, because like I am curious. Melissa Forever brought up a lot of things that she found concerning, that she felt was kind of like icky. And so far nothing in this batch of clips that I saw outside of like all of like the water damage / potential black mold is concerning me heavily. So yeah, we will see how this one develops. I'm actually kind of really excited to get into it because she's kind of like an unknown entity on YouTube. And I'm really, thank you, Melissa, for like sending me info on Instagram. But yeah, so that's it. That's all I have. Just like some reacting that is into Alicia Dougherty. See, I'm not all about exploiting Alicia Dougherty. I can branch out. I can exploit her friends too. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an excellent rest of your week / whatever, whenever you watch this. And I appreciate you all so much. Catch you in the next one. Bye.
Makes us stronger than ever. Hour after hour, working.
number 15. Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day. Lettuce, mayo, pickle, ketchup, it's okay. If I don't want that, it also will obey. Yeah, Whopper, any Whopper, my way, Whopper, my way. Whopper, 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 Junior, Double, Triple, Whopper, Flame Grill taste with perfect toppers. I rule this day.